everyone, and welcome to today's video, a video that I didn't know if I was ever going to have a chance to film, really, slash when I would be able to film it. It just... you all know the state of the trading card game of Pokemon at this point. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough out there. So I really never even knew if I was going to open enough Destined Rivals to do a binder build video with you guys, because I just really, like I said, I had no idea if I was going to be able to open much of it here with you guys on the channel. But through different collection boxes and breaking down of my will, I have purchased and opened some products here, so I had plenty to start a binder. It's nowhere near what I usually have to build a binder with, you know, since I usually do that based off of opening a whole booster box. However, I think I was able to make it work, so I hope this is still enjoyable for you guys, even though there's not a ton of like big hits and fun stuff to put into the binder, but at least we will have a start. So I will be able to show you all of my organizational habits, tips, tricks, whatever you're going to want to call it. You guys can relax, maybe take some notes if you like the way I do things, or you can just disregard it altogether, you know? You are allowed to build your Pokemon card binders however the heck you want to. That's the beauty of things. So I'm going to let Cassie of the past, who has already built the binder, to show you guys how I do things, and that will be that. I hope you enjoy. Alright, my friends, so this first portion here is going to be probably a little confusing. I know, I didn't plan ahead well enough for this, slash I got ahead of myself. I have no idea. Maybe Cassie of the past didn't think she would ever open enough Destined Rivals to make a binder. I don't... It's been a long year. Okay. Essentially, the cards that I'm going to be using to build this binder today, it's not these ones. It's these ones, which you can see I have already organized and sleeved. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, this is basically just a bunch of combined collection boxes and stuff. I really don't, like, I'm getting old, you guys. I don't remember things. But in case you enjoy speed throughs of the organization here, I wanted to at least be able to film something for you. So I've got all of my pulls, so I guess spoiler alert, except not very spoilery, except kind of spoilery. I didn't do so great in this opening. This was from the Team Rocket tins, but I haven't organized these cards yet from the Destined Rivals packs, so I figured I can just use that here to show you how I organize. I mean, it's really nothing difficult or crazy. I literally do it the way Pokemon has laid it out to be done. If you are new to the Pokemon TCG here, this is all the information you're gonna want if you want to do it Pokemon's way. The black box here that says DRIEN, that stands for Destined Rivals English, so that's the set that this card came from. You can see this is card number 20 out of 182 cards in the set, the main set anyways, and then the symbol next to it is the rarity. So this one is a black star, that means it is a holo rare. So I organize them based on that number down here. So I just do it numerically. Pokemon lays them out numerically by energy type. So first off here, to get that process going, I first separate out code cards, which have been given away in that video already. Ooh, except maybe not. Maybe you'll be able to grab them from here. Enjoy. Because this video might be going out before then. I don't know. Give it a try. We've got our energies, and then I also like to make a pile here for stuff that needs to be sleeved. So I've got holos and then reverse holos that need to be sleeved. So I've got those piles, and then I've also just got my commons and uncommons here. So you can see, at least the way they're doing it right now, you get 3 uncommons in a pack, which is the diamond, and then you get 4 commons, which is the circle. And then you get your rares and whatnot as well in a pack. But so I'm just gonna separate those out there. So this is the easier part of separating out. There's many different stages and phases, if you will. So essentially what I'm gonna be doing is getting these all separated here, and then once I have done that, I'm gonna go ahead and separate out my commons and uncommons into energy piles. So just so you can kind of see where I'm going here, Pokemon always starts off with grass. I shouldn't say always, I guess it depends on the set and whatnot in the era, but I think they've always done the energy in the same way. So it's grass, then it's going to be fire, water, electric, I think psychic ground, and then dark ground, dark, and I basically just separate them out. They always end on the colorless, and then trainers, I guess I should say, they end on, but for energies they end on colorless. So I'm just separating these out here. That's literally all I'm going to be doing here. And then I am going to also go ahead and sleeve up hollows and my reverse hollows, and then disperse those as well. So the hollows, once I sleeve those up, since those do go in the main set here for binders, at least how I do them, I'm going to end up putting those in with the commons and the uncommons. And then once I have my stacks all completed, then I'm going to go in and do them numerically, sort them numerically. So like the darks, say these are the only darks I pulled, I would then do these numerically. So coughing is 125, Golbat is 121, so that's going to go before coughing. Impidimp is 134, and then Spiritomb is 129, so 129 can go right there. So now they are numerically organized, as you can hopefully see there, and then that'll be that. Once I've got them all numerically organized, then we can go ahead and put things into the binder. So I'm going to go ahead and keep on keeping on with separating these out, and then I will see you for that binder build. Here we go! We interrupt this programming for more of this programming. Totally forgot about my big hits. I only put them in quotes because like I said, I didn't do so great in this opening, but I forgot to tell you guys the meaning behind the sleeves. This doesn't matter, you guys. This is so asinine. It truly is doing this. I just like it, okay? This is one of my neuroses. Let's treat it with respect, I guess. So essentially, hollows, reverse hollows, Black Star promos, and repeat big hits. So anything above a hollow that I've pulled more than once gets one of these clear penny sleeves, quote unquote. You can see on the screen here I've got the actual product. I get these from Amazon in bulk, so that's what these are for. And then if I do get a new big hit, so we're talking any kind of like an EX or above card, so like if this was a new card, or if this was a new card, which unfortunately I don't think it is. I think this Ho-Oh might be the only new one for me out of these pulls. So that one is going to go into one of the black sleeves. I just think it looks fancier, it feels sturdier. There's no other rhyme or reason. Like I said, my neuroses. It just is what it is. So I am gonna add these into the mix and then get these all stacked up and ready to go. I totally forgot to tell you guys about the sleeves, and I forgot I needed to insert these big hits because I always, I set these aside to do the recap and everything, so I had forgotten to include them in this mishmash of cards. But alright, back to the organization. So this stack is officially organized. As you can see, I've got my promos on top so I remember what video these came from, and I've got everything numerically sorted and energy, it's all in here. So you'll get to see these go into the binder in that unboxing, the tin unboxing, opening, whatever you're going to want to call it. But for now, as I said, we're going to use this mishmash of cards that came from all over the place, I do believe. I am also going to be using this binder from Ultra Pro. I love when Ultra Pro actually does the binders that have a print on them. I just think it's something special, as nice as it is to be able to slap stickers on a binder. I also really like it when they're just already pre-designed and ready to go, and I feel like this semi-newish one here, I think this came out this past summer, with Charmander on it, you know, the black, the white, the red. It's perfect for Destined Rivals. So, I go ahead, it's got the protective tissue in there, we don't need that, and we're literally just going to be going through and putting these in numerically. Now, normally, when I used to be able to open ETBs, back when Pokemon was a little more accessible, normally I would use the player's guide for a list of which cards are missing. However, I have not opened up an ETB for this set, so I'm just going to go based off of online. I'm gonna use my phone so that I can know which cards are missing, and for that, little sticky note pen, I just write down whatever the missing card is on that sticky note. So, for example, as we can see, we don't have card number 1 here, but we do have Yanma number 2 in the set, so we know that Yanma can go right here. Oof, we're missing a bunch from this first page. That's what happens when we've got piecemeal here and we're not opening a full booster box. But, as you can see, we've got numbers 8 and 9. So, I use a 9 pocket binder here. And then, if I had enough cards for the commons and uncommons, I slip 3 into each slot. I just think it makes it nicer. I feel like with the side loaders, when you're flipping through pages, they can fall out if it's just the one card. So by putting multiples in there, it makes it so that they don't slide out. And with sleeved cards, I'll put 2 of each in a pocket because the sleeve obviously bulks that up. Let's see. So on the Pokemon site here, you can see they've got all of the cards. Oh geez, I didn't mean to. Oh no. I just wanted to scroll. I can't scroll? Okay. Why are we making this so difficult? There we go. So I'll be able to see which cards are missing. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna use a different site. That is just torture. But as we can see, Ethan's Pincer is going to be the first card that I'm missing. So any card that I'm missing, I'm just going to write it down here. Ethan's Pincer. I'm also going to put what number this is in the set because it happens all the time where I'm doing collective unboxings or whatever. I'm opening multiple sets in one video. Somehow a card will end up in the wrong set. I'll have a Pincer from a different set and I'll be like, yeah, I get to put Pincer in this binder. But then I notice on the card that I thought was meant to go in here, it was not number 1. He was number 1! At least in this case. Pincer is not always number 1. So then I would be able to see the error of my ways. So that's how that's gonna go. It takes a lot of time doing the stickies, but I just find it very cathartic. It's very relaxing for me, and it makes putting cards into the binder in the future a lot more fun and satisfying for me as well. So I'm gonna get to it, and you guys get to see the lovely speed through. Enjoy! Alright, so I actually just had to go and charge my camera here for about an hour or so. Battery ran out. And I decided to save myself a lot of sticky notes and writing. I'm actually going to combine these cards with the ones that you had seen earlier, minus the big hitters and the reverses. So you'll get to see these put in the actual video where I unbox these and everything. But I'm going to go ahead and get out all of the commons and uncommons, because like I said, it'll save me a lot of grief in the future and a lot of wasted resources and time. So I'm going to go ahead and combine these, just so you guys know, and then we'll keep on keeping on. after I have done it, I am exhausted more than normal after putting together a binder because I haven't opened a ton of this, and so we have much sadness, like these pages where secret illustration rares and whatnot would go if I pulled any of them. Even ultra rares. Yes, very sad. Very, very sad, these pages. Especially having to write with all of the Team Rockets, and it's Ethan, and it's Arvin. I don't care anymore. I've written so many post-it notes. At least we're starting, yeah, we have some pages that are starting to get cards. But yeah, so essentially, we have stuff all together, yes, and now I just got it even sat up front. Let's forget about that for now, and let's go back and finish off putting stuff in here. Now, for me, I like to put my reverse holos in the back of my binder. Some people like putting them on top of or behind the original card in the set. I personally just think they look so different from the original card in the set that I like to be able to show it off on its own. And so for some people it would make sense to just start it right after the end of the set here. So pincer, the reverse would go right here, number 1 in the set. I don't know, something about my brain doesn't like it connected there. I like to start a fresh page for the reverse holos. So personal preference. You can do whatever you want with your binder. And then essentially this is the same, they're numbered just like the regular cards in the set, except some cards don't come in a reverse holo. It's just commons, uncommons, and holos that will come in this reverse pattern. So if there is, a card in the set, such as number 3 in the set, Yanmega EX, that will never, or at least right now, it does not come in a reverse holo version. So I just have to keep that in mind when putting these together numerically. Now, it would make more sense for me to actually use my sticky notes here because, God, I mess this part of the binder up all the time because I'm tired at this point. And I'm just not there yet. So I do this blind and it just is what it is. So like we'll have Ethan's pincer here, Yanma here. Normally Yanmega EX would go here, but he doesn't exist in this portion, so we skip that. Pineco will go here, then Shroomish, Breloom, Rosalia, Roserade, Morotom, Shaman. We turn the page. We've got a Dwebble, a Crustle, and hey, our first reverse holo. Mantis. Ta-da! So that's how that ends up working out. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of these in, and you guys will just get the glorious speed through. Alright, my friends, I think that is it. So because I haven't opened a ton of this, I don't have a ton of reverse holos. I also do, with these 9-pocket binders, they very rarely fit the whole set. I only ever need usually 1 to 3 extra pages though, so that's why I've never gone for the 4-page or 4-pocket binder page, or I should say 12-pocket, where it's got 4 in each row binders. Maybe in the future I'll switch over, but since all of my binders are currently 9 pockets, I don't feel like making the switch, if that makes any sense. So I just tuck these in the back and it works out just fine for me. So yeah, like I said, I don't have a ton of this set yet, but as of right now, this is what it's looking like. This is what we've got. I know, sadness to have 2 whole pages of no reverse holos. That's a sad start, but this is how it can be. Especially when Pokemon cards are scarce like they are right now. But I do have, the binder put together, so once I do open up more cards and everything, I can go ahead and make some new additions, hopefully, if I'm pulling new stuff, which, I have good odds, considering, like I said, I've got a bunch of commons and uncommons that I haven't even pulled yet, which, like I said, I will be able to show you real quick here once I have gone through all the pages so you can see how much I'm missing. I don't know, does this make any of you feel better about your Destined Rivals sets? that mine is looking this scarce and sad. We're mostly all in this together, my friends, except for people who have much money to spend on cards, but that's okay. I'm just glad I have any money to spend on them at all, and that I've been able to get my hands on them at all. And I will be able to show you, since I don't have any loose packs of this set to open in the hopes of getting new cards, I saved this beautiful boy here. Ethan Spencer, #1 of the set, so I can at least show you how satisfying it is to slide that in and then take off the sticky notes. Ugh, we put this into recycling. It's a great time. And that, my friends, is my Destined Rivals binder, at least what I've got done so far. So I hope that was enjoyable for you. Oh, you're so skinny. I'm used to my binders being so fat and having this need to expand quite a bit, but that's okay. I will hopefully be able to feed you much sustenance in the future. Time will tell. Alright, and there we go, my friends. That was my binder build for Destined Rivals. I hope you enjoyed it. I've got a long way to go. If I ever plan on master setting this set, which I do not. It's a good set, but not a set that I would covet in a, well, you know, if someone was like, here, you want a free master set? Or like, here, you want this master set for $100? Yeah, clearly. I would go for that, but you know, master sets for me, financially, I have to really focus on few, like 2 or 3. So it is what it is, but I still enjoy putting together these binders and, you know, getting to add things along the way in subsequent videos where I open up collection boxes and stuff that'll have random packs of Destined Rivals and whatnot in it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the binder build. You can certainly let me know any tips, tricks, organization stuff that you do in the comments down below. You can also just let me know how you're doing, how you're feeling about Pokemon, all that good stuff. Truly, anything you want down below. I would love to hear from you. You can also let me know if you enjoyed the video by giving it a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe by tippity-tapping that notification bell down below and becoming a member of my casserole family, be it here on this channel or my main channel. I would love to have you here, there, and everywhere. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!